Hello, I'm Coach Frye, and welcome to Frye's Baseball Scorekeeping 101. This is the first video in a series of 11 videos on scorekeeping. I have added this narration so that you can choose to read the comments made on each slide, listen to this narration, or simply read along with me. Each slide, I believe, is written in a manner which is easy to understand. Of course, if you do not know anything about baseball, you will need to spend more time with each slide segment so that you understand the next video, as one does build upon the knowledge gained in the previous one. If you need more time to read the slides, you can press the pause symbol at the bottom of the screen on the left-hand side. Some slides are not narrated and speak for themselves, so if I'm not saying anything, it simply means I have nothing to add. You are welcome to post a link to the YouTube website that contains all the slides in this presentation. You can also go to www.youtube.com and type Coach Charles Frye in the search box and see all the videos in this series. It would be appreciated if you'd let us know if you have a link to our website so that we can evaluate the distribution and usefulness of this presentation. If your team needs a copy so a quality CD can be made of this training presentation, please send an email to coachcharlesfrye@yahoo.com. Scorekeeping Publishing has provided limited permission to use sections of its publication, 11 batting positions, and team lineup forms in Frye's Scorekeeping 101 for purposes of demonstrating recording techniques to scorekeepers. Scorekeeping's limited permission does not extend to users of this slide presentation beyond viewing the information. The forms of Scorekeeping are not to be downloaded or transmitted in any form without written permission of Scorekeeping. Scorekeeping scoring books and products are of exceptional quality and are used exclusively in this presentation. The 11 batting positions for baseball and the 16 batting positions for softball are available at sporting goods stores and similar retail outlets. Scorekeeping Publishing is a wholesale producer. Charles Frye is not affiliated or associated with Scorekeeping Publishing, but does appreciate its willingness to allow its products to be used in making this training presentation available. Charles Frye is solely responsible for the content of this course. Hello, I'm Coach Frye, and standing next to me is my son, Shawn. We have teamed up to bring you this presentation on scorekeeping. He provided the photographs, and I provided the know-how gained from years of experience as a player, coach, and manager. What we hope to do through this course is make you a scorekeeper. Whether you have little or no knowledge of baseball and even less about scorekeeping, we are confident that once you complete this course, you should be able to competently and efficiently perform your duties. You will be nervous at first, and that should be expected. To minimize this uncertainty, we suggest you take the course from an experienced scorekeeper if you can before officially scoring a game. And finally, on this point, you could also sit in the booth and observe a scorekeeper at work or even serve as an unofficial team scorekeeper to gain experience and confidence. In fact, you could sit in the bleachers of any game and score it, or tell the scorekeeper your dilemma, and they would probably invite you into the booth as an observer. It may even help you to revisit this course after you score your first game, as it will make a lot more sense to you with some reality-based experience behind you. Meet Shawn Frye. Shawn is just now starting his third year of baseball in AAA, sometimes referred to as Minor A, which is one level below majors, and he is one of the starting pitchers and shortstop. Other than the single photograph above in his Texas Ranger uniform, all actual game photographs in this presentation were taken during the 2010 spring season, and that's his Ranger uniform, and the 2010 winter ball season in his Red Sox uniform, when he was 7 and 8 years old. He will be 9 in April 2011. This course is for individuals who want to help a team out in some way, and being a scorekeeper is surely one of those ways. But you might as well know now as later there is a whole lot more to scorekeeping than keeping score. If it was as simple as tallying each team's score, all you would need to do is be able to answer this simple question: Scorekeeper, what's the score? Baseball builds confidence and character, and instills in young players a sense of belonging, sharing, caring, and collegiality. Like no other sport, baseball teaches teamwork, as one player cannot do it all. While a player may make Outstanding offensive and defensive plays during a game, the player can't do it all the time or all alone. A player soon learns that depending on teammates and helping others is essential to the game of baseball, and that is a source of immense pride and teamwork. The scorekeeper is the individual who keeps the official score of the baseball game. Duties include collecting the team rosters and pitcher eligibility forms, recording the significant events or statistics that took place during the game, recording the official beginning and ending times, and collecting signatures from managers and the chief umpire at the end of the game. The league may want you to sign the scorebook. Some leagues use an announcer for games, and hopefully it won't be you doing both in the early days of scorekeeping. They are typically used in the majors and in important tournament games. Always like an announcer being used in a game because it is great to see the excitement in players who hear their name broadcasted throughout the park before the game, during opening lineup, and every time they come up to bat. The duty board member is the official representative of the league, and they all treat scorekeepers with respect. Even if you are a scorekeeper from the opposing team, you are held in the same high esteem as one of their own. If you need anything, just let them know. Also note, the manager of the home team usually has members' phone numbers if you should need them. They would also be able to point out in the crowd the duty board member. It is customary for the duty board member to greet you at some point prior to the game and give you the official scorebook. The team manager is the adult responsible for the management of the team, and usually the only one permitted to speak to the umpire or scorekeeper in an official capacity. How strict you are about this protocol is up to you. Some take notice of substitutions from coaches as well as managers, but they don't have to. Umpires will usually only speak to managers. Assistants to the manager, usually two coaches, take positions at first and third base when the team is on offense. These coaches provide runners with instructions on what to do and not do. They will tell or signal the runners if they are to advance to the next base or stay put. An umpire is the adult that officiates the game. He sees that rules are followed by the players and coaches and makes decisions such as calling a thrown ball a strike or a ball, and a runner safe or out. He has the power to eject managers, players, coaches, fans, and yes, even scorekeepers. Yet in 40 years, I have seen only a couple of managers ejected. The umpire usually crouches behind the catcher, but he can stand anywhere in the field he wants to. Sometimes when there's only one umpire, he will stand behind the pitcher so that he has a 360-degree view of the baseball field. An umpire usually wears a uniform. However, in the minor divisions, they can and often do show up in regular clothing. The ones in uniform are usually paid. Those in regular clothing are not. Yet, regardless of their wardrobe, they have equal powers and responsibilities of real umpires. In the picture on the left, the umpire is kneeling at home plate. The one on the right is in the infield for reasons explained in previous slides in regular clothes. Although you will always see the umpire, seeing or hearing the call may be a problem. You can ask the umpire how she calls balls and strikes, and she may provide a 30-second orientation. She may simply say ball or strike, or motion with the left hand for a ball or right hand for a strike. She may even let out a yell and do a contorted movement when it is a strikeout. It really will not take you long to figure out how the umpire is calling pitches. The umpire will usually have a counter similar to the one to the right to keep count of balls and strikes and even outs and innings. Umpires do not care what the score is and will not keep track of it. Sometimes umpires and coaches become mindless in the game and occasionally all at the same time. Consequently, they may not realize the inning has ended with 3 outs and continue to play. You can bring it to the umpire's attention by saying, "Excuse me, I've recorded 3 outs already," and the umpire will call time and start it all out. If you are wrong, do not feel embarrassed. All is forgotten with the next pitch. Only the umpire can start the game and does with 2 words: play ball. You have completed Scorekeeping 101 Lesson 1. Proceed to Lesson 2, Baseball Terminology and Phraseology.